welcome to the show. Today I want to do something different, and I mean very different. I know I'm a little bit late to Mental Health Awareness Day, but I wanted to make a video. As some of you know, I am having my own issues mental health wise. I've got a lot going on. Before we kicked it off though, I just want to say I had a package delivered today. A pair of MTP style trousers. I say styled because this is my actual RAF shirt. This is MTP camouflage, multi-terrain pattern camouflage, what we British forces wear. This is meant to be the same kind of thing, but obviously the lighter colours and the brown match up. However, the green on here is a little bit darker than on here, a little bit brighter than on here, sorry. Not by much. If I was to put these in the washing machine, it would probably dull it out a little bit, and it would match up to that quite well. Not that I want it to match that. I'm not going to be wearing these as part of my uniform. They're not military spec. These were just sent to me because I like them, basically. They'll be nice to wear with one of my pretty cool t-shirts that you guys haven't seen. But anyway, that's enough of that. I want to talk about mental health. Now, when people think of mental health, a lot of the time they could think of anything. One of the psychiatric problems, such as going mentally insane, in the way of how can I put it, like schizophrenia, that kind of thing. That is a mental health problem. However, a lot of people forget about people with depression, anxiety, and other mental health problems. So I'm not just on about depression and anxiety. I'm including schizophrenia and other things like that. Now, I don't have schizophrenia or anything like that, so don't all think that I am going to talk about all that, because I can't go into detail in that, because I don't have it or know anyone with that kind of problem. However, I know people, including myself, that have depression, anxiety, and other issues like that. So that's more what I want to talk about, since obviously Mental Health Awareness Day is 2 days ago. And I didn't make a video on it then because, as you guys know, or some of you know, I'm having my own issues, that kind of thing. And I didn't want to make a video on that day. However, I've sat and thought about what I'm going to talk about, and obviously that's what I'm going to talk about. It's basically, if you've got any problems yourself, any, anxiety, you're depressed, feeling like you're not good enough for anyone, you feel worthless, hopeless, and don't want to be here anymore, sit back and have a think about why you don't want to be here anymore. Just take a step back, breathe, and think, what is the problem? So, have you got something specific going on in your life? For example, a family member has passed, and obviously I know how that feels. So, is that upsetting you? Is there things playing out in your mind? You're obviously going to miss that person. So, yeah. For example, a family member has passed. Is that the problem? If so, what kind of thoughts are you having? Obviously, they wouldn't want you to do anything silly, i.e. kill yourself or anything like that. So, thinking about it, are you making the right decision if you go and do something daft? The chances are you're probably probably not really thinking straight, and it's probably not worth you going and doing something stupid. Then you've got to think about who can you speak to. So, do you have a family member you can speak to? Do you have a friend you can speak to? I mean, personally, I prefer to talk to a stranger about how I'm feeling. I don't like talking to family members about how I feel, because I have this mindset, and I use it with everyone, this example, but I have a mindset where if I said something to a family member and they were to judge me, obviously, I see my family quite a lot. I've got to put up with the fact that they perhaps judge me. So I prefer to speak to a stranger, because if I speak to a stranger over the phone, so like a counsellor or a therapist, I haven't got to really care if they judge me, because I don't live with them, they're not a family member, I'm probably never going to see them again once the therapy's over, or once your treatment's over. So, think about someone you can speak to. Get yourself a therapist, get yourself a counsellor, get yourself, I don't know, a close friend if you'd prefer to speak to someone who's closer than, that's not a stranger. Because I know that some people can be quite nervous and quite shy, myself included, but at the end of the day, I still prefer to speak to a stranger. So it may take me a while to actually tell them how I'm feeling, and they will have to push me for answers. I have a therapist. She had to, the first time she spoke to me, a couple of weeks ago, she had to push me to get answers, because I couldn't say what I wanted to say. I was really nervous, basically. I was stumbling over my own words. Pretty much how I get when I make YouTube videos. I get a little bit shy, I get a little bit nervous, I stumble over my words, and my videos perhaps don't turn out how I wanted them to, even though sometimes, and this is not for every video, this is actually rare that I do this, but sometimes I will even practice what I want to say during a video, because I know that if I just go into it, I may end up making mistakes and stumble over my words, and the video will come out and it will be terrible. Most of my videos are like that, and I apologise, but I get shy. Like, a lot of people do. If you don't like talking to people about how you're feeling, I know that men especially have this mindset where you have to be tough, and if you speak to someone about your feelings, you could be perceived as weak. I have that mindset, but when I speak to my therapist, I forget about that, because she speaks to me and lets me know that I can talk about my feelings to her, because it doesn't go anywhere to anyone else, and she's not going to call me weak. So, but, like I say, if you are one that doesn't like to talk to people because you perhaps think that you're going to be called weak, even if someone reassures you that you're not going to be called weak, and that you're not going to be told to man up and whatever, then what can you do? Rather than talking to someone, is there something you can do? I quite like going out on my bike and getting pictures of the scenery. I like being able to go out, take pictures of scenery, look at the views, and I come back and I tell my partner all about what I've seen while I was out. Now, that's not, for me, a coping mechanism, but for someone else it could be. So I find it quite therapeutic or relaxing to actually go for walks with my brothers, which you guys have seen videos on the channel, if you've been watching for a couple of months or so. But I quite find that therapeutic, and I like it. I think it's relaxing. So if you are a person that can't talk about how you're feeling, maybe you can have some action rather than actually speaking. So do something physical. Go swimming, go for a bike ride, go for a walk, anything. I know a lot of people at the minute, because of coronavirus, are struggling with their mental health, because obviously some people in England and other countries, and I'm not excluding any country, but I know that in England, because that's where I'm from, so I can't say what's going on in the US, for example, because I don't live over there. I don't actually know what's going on lockdown wise. I don't know if it varies for different states. I know that in the UK at the moment, for different counties, the county next to us, we're Lincolnshire, Nottinghamshire, is actually on or talking about going on lockdown, because they've got a very high amount of COVID cases. However, our numbers are going up, but we are not yet in need of going on a local lockdown or anything like that. So I know that it's, tough on people's mental health. Basically, this video was just to let you guys know that if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. You can drop me a comment. It's probably not the best place to do it because that's public, but at least drop me a comment saying you want to talk or need to talk. I'll, gladly message you on Instagram, send you a private message. But I'm here. You obviously have friends and family that care about you. Just if anyone needs to talk, send me a message. Drop me a comment with your Instagram name or whatever, and I will send you a message. I'm here to talk to anyone. I myself am going through some stuff, so I know how people feel. And that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I've run out of things to say, but I covered everything I wanted to talk about. Excuse me, guys, I apologise. I've spoken about everything I wanted to talk about. I've covered everything, so if you guys, like I say, if you guys need to talk to anyone, I'm here. I'm sure you have friends and family. Failing that, there are things in the UK. There's Samaritans. I can even find a list of veterans charities that deal with mental health. Not just veterans, but obviously people that are currently serving. I did have a list, so I can drop some of those to people that need it. If you're serving and you're going through a tough time or whatever, because of COVID, and you don't want anyone to find out, because obviously I know that it can possibly have an impact on people's jobs, then drop me a message. I can give you a list of these places. There's Samaritans, there's Nomads, there's even charities for the homeless and things. So if you guys need any help, drop a comment, or if you got me on Instagram, drop me a message. I'll give you a list of these charities, like I say, forces ones, civilian ones, veterans, anything. You guys need anything, I'm here to talk to. Please, please, please don't suffer in silence. I have done for a long time, because I didn't like opening up to anyone. I didn't know who I could speak to. I didn't know how to speak to anyone about it. I'm sort of better in myself. Not completely. It takes time. But I don't want you guys to do the same. I want you guys to get the help you need. So even if that is just talking to me for 5 minutes, just to perhaps stop you from thinking negatively about yourself or thinking a negative way about life, do not hesitate to drop a comment or message me. I hope this video reaches the people it needs to reach. I hope I've I say helped people a little bit. I haven't really done much, but I hope I've made people aware that I'm here to speak to. I'm not in any way trained to, what do you call it? I'm not a therapist or anything, so I'm not a counsellor, but I am here, and you can speak to me about anything. By that I mean I'm not going to give you professional help, but I am going to talk to you about anything you need to talk about. If you've got something to get off your chest, rant in my inbox. I don't care. Just get it off your chest, and don't do anything silly. Please. As always, guys, I've been Al. This has been Backyard Gunner, a very different video. I think I say that on a lot of videos, but the channel's sort of mainly still orientated around airsoft and things, but obviously there's a lot of fillers because I can't always make airsoft content and things like that. So please bear with me that things can be slow. That's why I do little gun reviews here and there. We do have another treat coming, another package coming for me to do an unboxing on. Hint, hint, it's another mystery box. But as I said, guys, please talk to someone, or do something physical that's going to take your mind off things. As I already said, go for a ride on your bike if you got one. Go for a walk. Go for a swim. Also, I don't mean in a lake or anything. It goes without saying. And I don't mean to discriminate. If I say go for a walk, ride a bike, if you're wheelchair bound, if you're stuck in your house during lockdown, and have no friends or anything, drop me a message. I don't mean to sort of discriminate against you. When I say go for a walk, if you can go out somewhere in your wheelchair or whatever, do that. If you've got a care assistant or something, get them to take you out. Don't suffer on your own. Please talk to someone. Please act on it. As I said, I've been Al. This has been Backyard Gunner. Please stay safe during these tough times. Please speak out if you need the help. Take care, everyone.